we will understand some of the advanced features of the teacher interface. So now the teacher has logged in, and we can see that the class for the teacher is today at 3 p.m. This means the class is currently not ongoing for the teacher. However, the teacher can still see the set of students on the left along with the other tabs for each and every student. One major thing to observe here is that the live classroom tab is missing. As we have seen in the previous video, the first tab that comes up when the class is ongoing is the live classroom tab, using which we can track the progress of every student. But when the classroom is not ongoing, that tab will not be available. Apart from that, the other tabs like curriculum tab, activity log tab, assign tab, as well as remarks, school exam, as well as analytics will be available for the teacher to work with. Let us in detail go through every tab so that we will get to know how you can use these tabs to prepare for your classes. The main tab that you will use to prepare for your classes is the curriculum tab. Let's say you have a class with a student at 3 p.m. today, and you will have to know what the student will be working on so that you can go through the worksheets and prepare for the class. So what can be done is you can click on the activity log tab and see what the student has done in the previous class. On 9th January, the student has finished a worksheet on surface area and volume. So most probably this student will continue working on this particular chapter. Let us see what the student is currently working on in surface areas and volume chapter. From this chapter, we can see that the student has completed block 1 because the sheets in block 1 have a green tick mark against them. The student has completed block 2, block 3, and is currently working on block 4. The student is currently attempting block 4 sheet 1, and in today's class he will most probably continue with this worksheet and then move on to the rest of the worksheets. So to prepare for your class, you can click on the eye icon and the view buttons against each of those worksheets to see what are the questions in that worksheets and what are the correct answers. So preparing for every class before is mandatory, and it will also help you in seamless execution of the class. You may also choose to check the homeworks attempted by the student and make a note of all the correct as well as incorrect questions attempted by the student, and prepare by taking screenshots of the relevant questions that you would like to discuss with the student. The next tab that we have is the activity log tab. In this, we have classified all the worksheets either attempted or finished by the student date-wise. You may choose to click on review to see what is the attempt made by the student and what were the correct answers as well as the incorrect answers. The next tab is the assign tab. Here, we will be able to assign more material other than what is available in the curriculum of the student. For example, for this student, if I have to assign a grade 3 material, though the student is in grade 9. So let's say we want to assign worksheets on operations, basic operations, say 2-digit numbers. So I can choose for select 2-digit numbers, and we can see that there are materials on word problems of 2-digit multiplication. We can also see that there are practice material addition and subtraction of 2-digit numbers using objects. Let's say I have to assign this material to a grade 9 student. It is still possible. So under assign flow, we have worksheets classified by topic and not by grade. So when we click on the plus button, we will be able to assign the worksheet either as a timed worksheet or an untimed worksheet. If it is a timed worksheet, it becomes like an assessment. And we can see how long this assessment is going to run. And we can also change the attempt location of the worksheet to in home, in class, or any. Let's say I'm marking it as any, and we will proceed to assign the worksheets. Once the sheet is assigned, you can check if the student can attempt the worksheet or not by going to the curriculum tab and checking on the extra practice sheets that we have assigned. So we know that currently we assigned material on operations and addition and subtraction of two-digit numbers using objects. So this is available for the student to attempt because this is not grayed out. So the student can currently access this worksheet at home and can start working on the worksheet. So any worksheet that is grayed out is not available for the student to work on at this point of time because it might be either in class or it might have a dependency on some other worksheet to be unlocked. Every worksheet has a predefined attempt location. Here we can see that there are three sheets with any as the attempt location. That means the student can attempt these worksheet either at home or in class. There are two sheets with home as the attempt location, and there are few sheets with class as the attempt location. As a teacher, you may choose to edit the attempt location of a worksheet. Let's say this student can attempt these worksheets also in at home. So in that case, what you can do is click on this edit and change the attempt location to at home. Now this worksheet can be attempted by the student at home and not in class. If you want to ensure that the student can attempt the worksheet either in home or at class, you can choose to change the attempt location to any. So one of the major use cases of this is the homework and assessment discipline. Any homework has to be completed by the student within 14 days of the time from which the homework has been unlocked by the student. This means after 14 days, the student will be able to see only the homework in a tab like this in the extra practice section. Only the homeworks can be attempted by the student and the rest of the material will be hidden from the student so that the student can work on the homeworks at least in class in your presence. When such cases happen, you will have to manually change the attempt location of the homework sheets to class worksheets so that the student finishes that homework sheet in your presence in class and then moves on to unlock the rest of the worksheets and proceeds with the curriculum. Against every question, there is a report error icon. This will be used by teachers to inform the curriculum team of any issues that they find in that particular question. So let's say you find an issue with this question. You can click on the report error icon and describe the error that you have found. Now understand how we can send GIFs to students. So GIFs are available in the chat window. This means that we can send GIFs only during class time. By clicking on the smiley icon in the chat window, you will get an option to send GIFs to your students. So this is going to be mainly used for encouraging or appreciating the students. So we can search for a relevant keyword. You will find the top GIFs when you search for a keyword. Make sure that you send a GIF that is relevant to the grade and the age of the student. For younger grade students, you might always choose to add the keyword cartoon after the keyword that you are you want to search and send, and that will give you cartoony images that you can send to a student. After you click on a particular GIF, it will automatically be sent to a student. So there is no confirmation before you send a GIF. Now move on to the other tabs. Under More, we have the Remarks tab. Using this, we can keep a track of how the student has been performing in QMath classes. So on clicking on Add Remark, you may choose to add a remark under various categories like first week feedback, half yearly progress, student behavior, year end progress, and so on. One of the important categories here is the monthly progress. Every month, we send a report to the parent informing the parent of what the student has been doing in QMath classes over that month, including the assessment data, homework data, accuracies, etc. We will be looking at progress reports later. So, you must know that the progress report contains a section which involves teachers' qualitative remarks. So, when the teacher enters a monthly progress remark in this field every month, this will be picked up automatically and fed into the report. If no monthly progress remark is entered for the student, then the report will not be sent to the parent. So it is very important that you write a remark every month for the student under the monthly progress section. Tab is the school exam tab. Using this, we may add the details about the examinations taken up by the student or that are upcoming for the student. Here you can fill the date of the examination, what kind of examination has it been, and what is the student's program, what have been the topics that were attempted by the student in the examination. You may choose as many topics as applicable, and you may also enter the exam score if you have already gotten to know it from the student. So this will help you keep a track of the student's performance in school and also assign relevant worksheets based on the upcoming examinations. Next, let us look at the analytics section. The analytics page will be activated for your student after they attend a few classes with you. This gives a lot of information about the student. Let us look at a few of them. We get to know the basic information about the student here, like their name, their phone number, email address, program assigned, teacher, joining date, etc. Here we get to know the attendance percentage, number of classes conducted so far, and how many classes have been attended by the student. Then there is syllabus completion, engagement percentage, how many doubts have been resolved by you over those classes, what is the average call duration with the student, and what is the total progress. We get to know the upcoming worksheets for the student, what are the pending assessments, pending homeworks, as well as pending extra material assigned by you to the student. Here, we can choose to see the performance of the student graphically. So clicking on Overview button will give you a snapshot of what are the chapters attempted by the student, what are the chapters ongoing for the student, and what are the chapters not attempted by the student. You can also choose to see the same thing with respect to time. We also get an option to see each of the chapter's performance. So in probability, we can see that the student has attempted all the worksheets. You may also choose to compare the performance of the student with the median set of students or the top 25 percentile of students or the bottom 25 percentile of the students. Then there is homework or assessment logs. Here we get to know on what date what homework or assessment has been attempted by the student and whether the student cleared the homework or the assessment in the first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, or so on, right? And how long did the student work on the worksheets and what is the accuracy of the worksheet. Now coming to classroom logs, here is where you can view your own classroom execution. For example, on Jan 3rd, the teacher has taken a class for the student and has been on call for 14 minutes during the class, right? So you can view the log and see what you have spoken with the student. This will help you improve your own classroom execution. There is also an internal teacher quality review team. This team will watch your video logs and give you feedback on how you can improve your classes. In case we notice that some of the teaching practices are not in accordance with the needs of the organization, then we will flag your center up and we will also give you enough support and feedback so that you can get back on track. Video. We hope that all these features will help you execute your classes effortlessly. Thank you for watching.